Welcome back. Our first interview today, we are going to be speaking about the scrap iron industry. Last Wednesday, yesterday, a symposium was held to talk about the challenges that this industry is having. And here on the line with us to really expound on this and to tell us the way forward is the president of the Trinidad and Tobago scrap iron industry, Mr. Alan Ferguson. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning. Good morning. It's a pleasure to be with you here this morning in the station. Not a problem.
Thank you. We appreciate it. So we want to get straight to it. I looked at the live yesterday, and I was able to listen to you. I listened to a lot of the members of the industry as they ventilated their issues and the challenges that they're facing. And so we kind of want to get into that and then find out, like, what is the way forward? How can this be resolved? The first thing I want to find out is what is the kickback with the industry moving forward if the ban has now been lifted?
Well, as the government said, the ban of the list removed from now we could export, but it's not like that because we are to now try to get an export license.
Right.
And an export license is something that you have to have as a dealer to be able to export material from different countries. In the past, that used to take sometimes 2.5 months sometimes to be able to get that.
Right. And how long does it take right now?
Well, that is it. We don't know. That is where the problem lies, because they say they will try to speed up on it, but we still don't know. And no matter if they say that the industry open back, it's come like we in a position that we just cannot move no way, and people getting frustrated. Members is getting frustrated. People who take in this industry where they look forward to feeding the family, assisting different, paying the bills and all kind of things. It's kind of just frustrated. Sometimes you just fed up and you just don't know what to say now.
Yeah. Is it that persons have applied to renew the license and they're in waiting, but they have not been told by authorities how long they actually have to wait for?
Well, all right. One of the things is that first we did is that our license from last year, we had also pull out a declaration. We do all of that. So the normal license is all right.
Okay.
But right now we're waiting on the export license.
Okay.
The export license where now the Ministry of Trade, their unit, they the person responsible for that. They the one that we have to rely on getting the license. Some people have already done apply.
Okay.
And some people probably waiting, but it's not easy because last year or year before, you're not going to get a license in a week or 2 weeks. You know that is something that you apply early in the year, and then sometimes you wait 1 month, 2 months. You don't know.
Right. When I listened to a lot of the comments that were made at the symposium, one of the things that I wanted to ask is if the government officials had consultation with you, with the association, the board or the union before making the laws that are now being applied. Because it seems from what was said that, some of the timelines and some of the laws that are being put in seem a bit unreasonable. Is that the case?
Well, they had a meeting with us.
Okay.
And while they had a meeting with us, they would tell us certain things. We would recommend some things.
Okay.
And when the final when they are finished do the proposal, you would have seen nothing we would recommend. You would have seen in the bill.
Okay.
That is the issue, is because they would have taken things from different countries. It's like you're explaining some things to people and they just don't want to They just don't want to listen to you. They don't want to hear you. They don't care about you. And this is the whole issue we having problem with.
So is it a case where you can now go back to the drawing board on this, or this is final as it stands? You have to abide by what has now been laid out?
Well, one of the things that they say that they will work with us because they say there's a lot to do in the bill still, and they say they will sit down and work with us, and we hope that, you know, why we sad and we feeling sad, we still hope that they will sit down with us and work with us still.
Right. Yes, understood completely. I want to find out about the scrap iron industry. Who makes up that industry? What are the positions? I know there are collectors, there are van men. What are the positions under the industry? And how many people on average belong to this industry and rely on it to thrive, to live?
Well, if you look and you just drive around Trinidad each and every day, you will see people all over picking up scrap iron. They call them the van collectors. These are the van collectors that go all over and pick up the material and then bring it to our yard. And then our yard now, we have a lot of workers who prepare that material that them bring, prepare it to pack it in containers. Because there's all different things. There's steel, there's aluminum, there's brass, there's radiators, there's aluminum. So all these material have to prepare because it go in different containers. So you have to have a lot of workers to prepare this material to put them in containers. Because when you get a contract to send material to different countries, there's a way how you have to put the material. You have to pack it in a certain way. You have to make sure that you follow the contract that whatever you agree with the customer from outside of Trinidad. You have to make sure all these things have been done before you could even send the container. You know, so this is the areas that we as scrap dealers we have to prepare the material to be able to ship it.
Right.
And it's a lot of workers involved in doing all of this.
In this process.
And that is why it make up with thousands and thousands of people employed in the industry. But if you look at it, sometimes it have 5 dumps in Trinidad. It have the dump in Sealot, it have the dump in Arima, it have one in Claxon Bay, Point 14. Now there's a lot of people working these dumps to recycle the material that come from people who dump in things each and every day. And they have to prepare to bring it in a certain way to our yard also.
Right.
So all these people who work in all these dumps, you find is that is why you have so much of people working in this industry. Because all the dump in Trinidad, all these people who do salvaging, they bring the material to our yard also too.
Okay. Do you think that or do you feel that there is a misconception that exists among the general population when it comes to the job within the jobs within the scrap iron industry, where the public may feel like the job is unimportant or irrelevant or treated as such? Do you think that exists? And then how do we move from that? What is the message to the public, against this kind of thinking?
Well, when you look at how the government treats us, you could look at sometimes how people probably will think of us, because you see, they will think of us as scammers, as people who working in the dump and taking up rubbish. But in other countries, all parts of the world, when you're recycling material is an important part of the country.
Right.
If you look Singapore, you look at India, you look at China, you look at America, England, all these countries, the way the recycling go, they respect the government. The government put out a lot to help, because when you look at Trinidad and we doesn't get one help from the government, and we help with climate change. When people throw the fridge, the stove in rivers and ravine, throw it in the road, we go and pick it up. Nobody don't pay. We go and pick it up and prepare to get it out of the system. When people go to throw the batteries and all kind of things in the dump, if these things go down in the earth, it will interfere with the water course, and we stop we work and remove all these things from interfering with our water course, but still we just to get just one little thing just to help us. We don't get nothing, not one thing we get from the government to assist us in whatever we want to take this industry. And when you look at other countries and you do research and you see the government of the day in any country, any part of the world, they assist in recycling, and not this country. I don't know why. I don't know if because there's a lot of poor people take part in this industry, and because what come with poor? Well, what come with poor people? Poor people, because if some of them believe that poor people can't read, some of the poor people can't write. I don't know if it's because of all of that, but because and some of them, find themselves with the law, and they come out and they want to make change, and they can't get no work no way because they have a nasty record, because they will do something in their life that they regret at doing it. And when you look at how much people that will they will find themselves with the law, and when they come out, they build a good family, they build house, and they go in good because they're in this industry, because this is the only industry that don't tell you, listen to me, because you come out of jail and you want to make a change. We're not helping you. We just open our hands to help these people. And that is why I don't know, or because of all of this, because the government know all of this. They just know that the public have an idea, and they just don't care about these people. And this is bring a big challenge to me and my executive to try to make this industry look like, listen to me, this is not about buying scrap iron, buying battery alone. This is about recycling. And that is why yesterday we announced that we will make some change, and we will say it is recycling now, where we will recycle clothes, plastic, paper, oil. Okay. So we add all of this into the association collections. So this is what we will be doing now. And then we make announcement yesterday that a gentleman who likes to deal with a lot of poor people and help people, we bring him now, Mr. Sadiq Bash. He will be now coming to assist us to take this industry from nothing to something. Okay. And that is why we open our hands to him to help us with this industry, because he have a lot of experience in moving and taking things in a direction that we will want to able to improve, because we know that because of the industry now regulated, we could able now to go and talk to the bank, right. We could talk to insurance, we could talk to different agency in upping our standard in how we conduct ourselves. A lot of changes will be made, but as it is now, we don't know when we will be able to start. It could be a month, it could be 2 months, we really don't know. And that is hurting us. Yeah, hurting the industry, because I just want to mention this. Sure. There's a lot of people who lost their house, they get put out, they lost their vehicle, they lost all kind of things. When you take away the livelihood for 6 months and going into 7 months, you could understand that if somebody take away your work for 6 months, how it will feel, and you cannot get nothing to feed your family, how it is. This is it, no assistance, no help. And this industry is which employ the most, the people on the lowest of the state. Yeah. And no help, So sometimes I just want to cry when I talking, because you see, I want to face these people who suffering, who children can't get to go to school, who children can't get no food, who children can't and even see clothes for the
because I wanted to ask you on that a couple of questions. One, the industry would have been closed for some time. Were there any conversations about grants being issued or any sort of assistance being granted in that case? And then two, in terms of, all the stuff that you mentioned where, there's going to be help moving forward to help change the mindset of people towards the industry. I wanted to find out in terms of more conversations, more talks, whether it's conversations in community centers, meeting the people where they are to educate them. Because one of the things that we do see is when people don't understand something, then they knock it. So finding ways to educate the public about how important the scrap iron industry really is. And as you're saying, using the word recycling more. So talk to us about the grants. Has there been any conversation at all about grants or assistance? Was anything provided for this period of time?
That is where I explained yesterday. Not one grant, not one food card, not one nothing from the government. We will have to scrape up wherever we could scrape up to help our members. I in a situation that I have a grocery, and if you see, I come like I give him a whole grocery, because as the leader of this industry, everybody is coming to me for help.
Yeah.
And I don't know if the government just doing me a wickedness to destroy my grocery or destroy my business, because I had to now help people, because when you come to me to help, I could tell you I don't have. And I have to be helping people right through. And other members, I had to be begging them to get money to go and buy stuff that we could go out and give hampers. And if you see, we went on a hamper drive. And into your next question, I announced yesterday that I will be going from village to village in reference to talking to the people about this industry.
Yes.
And we will be bringing in other people to help, to try to train the people to able to change this whole way of how we do business. Business is not going to be like how it used to be. It's going to be a lot of changes in the industry.
Yeah.
And I, as the president of the association, I already explained to my executive and my members that we decided that we will go all out to make sure that this industry base and the people who we have in it who want us to plant evil and buy stolen stuff and do all kind of things, we will make sure that these people do allow to do these things to this industry, to shut down again for these thousands of people to be suffering again.
Yeah.
I will do all in my power to help and make sure that this industry, you see how it is in Singapore and in other countries, we're making try to make a lot of change to help a lot of people. Some people, we will help them to even to get to register the company, register and have a good understanding how it has to be, because if they want to get a loan in the bank, they have to know how they have to conduct themselves in doing business.
Yes.
Because it will open up a way now for people to get loan. And the only way you could get loan is by banking your money and doing different things. All these things will be changed,
Yeah. I'm glad that you mentioned that, because one of the things that I realized is that it's really a mindset change. And it's a mindset change that is going to be needed within the scrap iron industry. So I know that's going to be quite a task as well for you as the leader of this industry at this point in time, to get persons to understand it's not a hustle anymore. It's a business. You are now a business owner,
Yeah, and that is one of the most important things we want to get to a lot of them, to let them understand that this business is something that if we make all the change that we need to make, we could get the benefit out of it. You see, sometimes because of people's mind frame, they believe it's a hustle all the time.
Right.
But it's a business, and if we change this mind frame from a hustle to a business, this is where people were able to make money and help their family and save money that they could do other things. So this is what we're aiming at, because most of them just feel it's a hustle, and it's plenty work for us.
Yeah.
But no help, because as I say, if the government sit down with us and give us the assistance that we need. Let me tell you something. We ask for land to set up our headquarters. We ask for anything we ask for. We have a big shipping project that is going to be the biggest in this region.
Okay.
Let me tell you something. People out of Trinidad tell me and tell other members that when we attend recycling conference in different countries, all parts of the world, where we meet people from all different parts of the world in a big way with all different things. You know, when we make our contribution and they understand us, they say we supposed to be leaders in this region. Trinidad and Tobago, you hear what we say?
Okay.
Trinidad and Tobago is supposed to be leaders because of the knowledge we have in the industry, because of the understanding we have in the industry. People from all over the world has come right here to Trinidad to have discussion with us about recycling. And when you look at some of the most recognized magazine in the world, that in Europe and all over the world, and you'll see me as one of the persons flying in all these magazines.
Okay.
Trinidad don't even understand the kind of quality and the kind of people they have who knowledgeable about this recycling thing. And when they want to get information and understanding about the recycling, they're going and Google other countries to get it, and other countries just come to us to help them when they're doing things. And in Trinidad, they just don't care.
Really
they don't understand what they have, and these is things to hurt you. These is things to discourage you. And then they say that they want to make change and help about crime in the country. But the people who don't have nothing to do and do crime, the poor people who will go and go in a block and because a man have a little dollar to give him, he go want to do something for him because he helping him with his family. And we pulling away people from that and them help them destroying all of that. When we start to pull a whole foundation together to help the poor, to help the people people just pull them away to do crime for them. When they move away, what we trying to do is to help crime. And what we trying to do is to avoid the young people from going into crime, because some people know nothing else but just doing scrap, you know. And when you do this to us, when you take away people's livelihood for 6 months, and when you open it back up, you still can't do nothing. These young people, you feel they have the mind and the strength to stand this, what you're doing them. Eh?
Yeah.
You think the young people could listen to this? And when I talk and they want me to stay silent, and I as a leader who am man praying to God and ask my Lord to guide me, I have to stay silent and don't say nothing about this taking place. Eh?
Yeah,
I have to stay silent. I cannot stay silent.
Yeah,
I will talk and tell them how they're treating the people who are on the lowest part of the stick.
Yeah. When I listened to the symposium yesterday and I listened to you speak and I listened to the comments, and even this morning now that I'm talking to you and I'm hearing you, I hear the passion, and I do hope that you get the support to move the industry forward. The ideas are there, the passion is there, I hope that you do get the support that you need to move forward. Before we wrap, I know that you mentioned yesterday the aspect of stickers. Is it that there are going to be stickers that will be issued in place in the interim, in the absence of license? Just explain that portion of it.
What we plan to do is that anything, if you're making change, we want people to recognize us as we organize ourselves.
Right.
We put in stickers so people could recognize us. Listen to me. If this scrap fan do something wrong, there's a number to call. There will be a number at the association you could call. If they do crime, there'll be put Crime Stopper number also on the vehicle that they could call Crime Stoppers.
Okay.
These are things that we say that is like a uniform.
Right.
If you want people to recognize you as a person in a little discipline, we put in a little uniform on you. And we want people to change. We don't want people to go by people with bust-up pants. They tie up their head in all kind of color and all kind of things. We want people to look professional now.
Okay.
And this is the direction we want to go as an organization. This is all we want to do. So that's why we're asking all of our collectors, the van collectors, to put this sticker on your vehicle. Don't say, I put in it and I'm doing this, because we're going to be putting advertisements on radio and television telling people do not deal with people who do not have the sticker on their vehicle. Because we as the association feeling it when the government put this ban on the industry,
Yes.
Them, the ones that the 2 and the 3 who don't want to put sticker, them don't have nothing to feel, So we saying we will ask the public to support the people who have on the sticker on the van.
Okay. We appreciate you joining us. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for giving us more insight into the scrap iron industry. As I said, we definitely hear the passion, and we do hope that you do get the support immediately to move the industry forward. Thank you for joining us, Mr. Ferguson.
No problem. It's my pleasure.
Okay, great. We'll take a break, and when we come back, we have lots more in store for you.
FanZone, your reliable, authentic supplier, has just gotten better. You can now visit our website www.fanzonett.com for your authentic wear and collectibles. The only place where you can use both your Visa debit and credit cards. Visit our website fanzonett.com to make your purchase today.
The best birthday gifts are at dbesttoys.com. Shop for the best brands you love at the best prices. Like VTech, Leapfrog, Fisher-Price, Play-Doh, Hot Wheels, Barbie, Cocomelon, LOL, Baby Alive, Crayola. Visit us in-store at Forces Flagship MacBean. Shop online now at dbesttoys.com. Order via call or WhatsApp at 32DBEST to order. And remember, we have the best toys at the best prices.
What's the best way to grab the attention of viewers?
Please exercise more patience. You have to be kidding me.
Doing what we do best.
I'll say at the very least it's a conspiracy of laziness against the people.
Join me, Keaton Shaw.
And me, Sean Michael Small, for Talking Point.
Weekdays from 8 a.m. to 9:30 a.m.
We go in-depth on the trending issues and engage the most controversial newsmakers
as we get them to account to the people for their actions.
You can't go to the government with nothing. You can't go to cabinet with an empty hand, with a wish.
I'm glad that we're having this a sober, mature discussion.
In the present situation, I expect a continuation of the chaos.
Join us for the discussion, Mondays to Fridays,
only on WESN,
the content capital.
Take some time for yourself or spend some time with the family at Sandy Point Village Hotel. Enjoy our various studio and suite apartments, self-contained with their own kitchenettes and Wi-Fi. We also have our famous 100-foot swimming pool and our beachfront restaurant, the Steak and Lobster Grill. And our location in Crown Point puts us near the center of activity from the nylon pool to the local nightlife. Call us and make your reservations at 639-8533, 389-2378 or email us at sandypointvillagehotel@gmail.com.
Every word, every line, every paragraph depicts a real moment in someone's life. A father, a sister, a mother, a brother. We at Newsday are dedicated to you, the people, and through independent, unwavering journalism, strive to always bring your stories to life. Because your stories are more than just words. Newsday, independent and credible.
Put in some jazz in the callaloo. Put in some jazz. Put in some jive. Put in some J. Put in some jive. No crab, no crab. That will raise my allergy. No crab, no crab. That will raise my allergy. Put in some Put in some Put in some jive. Put in some jive. In the Sunday morning,
So we just gave you a sneak peek of what is to come. Our final interview in this hour, we're going to be speaking about woman power. And that was a snippet of the amazing Mavis John performing. But before we get to Mavis John, we have an up-and-coming creative who has been paving her own way, creating her own path and doing amazing things. Welcoming via Zoom with me this morning is Destiny Child. Welcome, Destiny.
Hi, everybody.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited.
I am as well. I'm so happy to have you here. There's so much I want to talk about with you. And I don't even know where to start because you are singer, songwriter, musician, you have your nail studio, you do it all. And then you've recently taken up vlogging. I mean, come on, where do you have the time to do all of these things?
So honestly, I am a compartmentalized, I don't want to say freak, but
okay.
I really enjoy doing these things. My time management and making sure everything is always put together. My brain can work no other way. So I have to make sure everything is in order 24/7.
Right.
I really enjoy it. Sometimes when I wake up, I'm with a notepad and a pen, just making sure I have everything written down.
Right.
When it comes to time blocking, but yeah, I do all of those things every single day.
Right.
And I
Nice. Now the name of this segment is called Spotlight on Creatives, where we shine a light on creatives, right? And because of your song No Fear, I call it No Fear, Walking in Her Truth. So tell us, what is your truth for you right now? What is true to you right now? And the version of yourself that you are at this moment in time?
I like that you said that because I'm at this point right now where I feel like I'm a newborn baby. I feel like I'm in this place where I'm questioning everything again. I'm trying to see how things work, even the things that used to work before. I'm calling it like a form of reprogramming that I'm going through right now. So this stage, I feel like it's a form of rebirth that is happening, even with my creativity and my songs, the way I write, the way I create content.
Right.
The way I capture things, they say a picture tells 1,000 words, but through my lens, I'm seeing through as like a brand new canvas right now, and it really is amazing. I like that you put it that way too. What is your show?
Nice.
As I'm growing, I realize there's so many dimensions to that, and you will keep it like changing and evolving as you go along.
Yeah, and that's definitely okay. The person that you were a week ago, it's not the person that you are today. And that would definitely shape and shift the way you are creative. So what would have first awakened creativity within you?
Honestly, I've been doing it since I could speak. I grew up in a house with creatives.
Okay.
It wasn't music, it was poetry, it was dance, it was drama, it was cosmetology, nails, hair, beauty. There was never a moment where I was not surrounded by creatives. So it just slid in. I think I was naturally born into it.
Nice.
I don't remember how I wasn't doing it. Yeah.
Right. And we know with, a creative, that creative journey has its highs and lows, its ups and downs. Tell us about some of the challenges that you would have had to weather and to face in the midst of this creativity, all the different facets and stuff that you do. What are some of the challenges that you encountered and now had to kind of get over?
I feel like one of the things that is constant, and what I say is, I feel like all creatives go through this thing where you wake up one day and you feel like you know what you're doing. You're set. Like, yes, who I am, I feel confident, I'm embracing it. And not even the next day, maybe in like 2 hours, you're like, okay, I have no idea what I'm doing. None of this makes sense. You constantly change. As you change, the ideas change, and you constantly doubt it and question it. There's nobody to tell you if you're doing the right or wrong thing, because there is no right or wrong thing. You have to figure it out, as you go. So it's really just being your own motivator and inspiration sometimes, and just realize, hey, nobody's gonna tell you what to do. You kind of have to figure this out on your own. It's like adulting times 2.
Right. Sometimes times 3, right? What keeps you going in the midst of these challenges? What keeps inspiring you to continue to create, to continue to go into new avenues to express yourself?
Honestly, God, my faith is very important to me. My connection and my God is very important to me. That is the one thing that keeps me sane. Anytime I feel like I'm losing my marbles a little bit, I go into Zen mode. I'm like, nobody talk to me. I just need to meditate. I just need to pray. Get back to destiny. Get back to center. That's literally the only thing I could really tell you that makes sense when nothing makes sense.
Right. Tell us a bit about the vlogging and how you became open to sharing those aspects of your life. Because I know with vlogging and blogging in general, you kind of have to dig a bit deeper, share a little bit more about yourself. So what was that process like?
So that's exactly why I started vlogging in the first place. I wanted people to see another side of destiny. I mean, when you see a picture on Instagram, you're like, wow, this person is perfect. But I wanted people to see destiny, hair messy, no makeup, cry sometimes if she's mad, if she's upset, going through the motions, going through my journey while I'm healing and growing and being able to relate to other people, and they see, wow, I'm not actually alone in my creative journey, or doing whatever you do, just seeing that there's somebody this age in their 20s going through the same thing as you. I wanted people to see the unfiltered destiny. And even people in my family as well who say, you're a little bit more reserved, you don't really get to see this side of destiny, and make sure and just put all of that effort into my vlog so that you see that. And
right.
Super, I love it.
Nice, nice. And tell us about your nail studio now, how that would have started, how is that going?
Well, like I said, I grew up in a house with creatives. So my mom, apart from being a musician herself, she's also a cosmetologist. So I kind of grew up seeing that. And I started doing nails about 4 years ago. Honestly, it started because I went to the nail tech and I was like, I'm a little bit mad because I can do this myself. I could probably finesse this a little bit. So I started doing it for myself. I started doing it on my family members. And it just kind of took off from there. I love using my hands to create. It's just another thing that just came very natural to me. I'm not saying I have to practice like every other person.
Right.
But there's I just don't feel like work, and doing nails is one of those things.
Okay.
And I just doing it as well, so that's fun.
Nice. How can persons get on to you? So they just saw the pictures, they love what they see. How can they contact you? How can they find out more about you and what you do?
So my music journey, singer-songwriter, content creator, vlogger, all of that, Destiny Shile, which is the name we are seeing right now. That's on all music platforms. You can download music, listen to it, and my nail page is Shile Creations. Nail Studio, that's on Instagram, Facebook, everything. So those two things.
Nice.
And you can also feel free to follow me. Actually, WhatsApp you, bro. Don't comment to me, but feel free to WhatsApp.
Right.
But an appointment. 206-7222.
Okay, nice. Destiny, thank you for being with us this morning. It was indeed a pleasure. We're going to close with a bit of your video. And when we come back, we have more.
Thank you for having me.
But you wake up next to them, trying to see the light in this tunnel. Hey, gotta learn to fight in this jungle. Oh, and if you need a friend, just know that I'm here. And if you hold my hand, we'll make it out alive. The world. You're a lion that's conquered the world. You're a fighter that's light up the world. You're a lion that's conquered the world. Trying to move these mountains, but they always seem so high. Trying to build an empire, but it always crumbles down. Got to make it out of this fire. And if you hold my hand, we'll learn how to fly. You're a fighter, let's light up the world. You're a lion, let's conquer. You're a fighter, let's light up the world. You're a lion, let's conquer the world. Roar.
I am Rondell Donowa, attorney at law and host of Strictly Legal on WESN Content Capital. Strictly Legal is a legal program geared towards informing you, the public, of your legal rights, responsibilities, and remedies. So be viewing Thursdays 10 a.m. to 10:30 a.m.
Join me, Sule A. Joseph, as I delve into the day-to-day psychological issues plaguing our society. We will discuss behaviors that encompass the biological influences, social pressures, and environmental factors that affect how you think, act, and feel. Sight, Thursdays at 11:30 a.m., only on WESN, Content Capital.
Every day, we communicate through stories. Stories of ourselves, our challenges, our goals, our experiences, and our aspirations. Storytelling is an art that we have mastered. WESN Film Studios comprises a collaborative team of experts with extensive industry experience locally, regionally, and internationally. The ability of your business to successfully communicate with your preferred audience depends on the strength of the stories you tell. Your vision should be communicated in a high-quality, professional, and creative way. From concept to post-production, advertising to film, multi-camera productions, live events, streaming, and virtual conferencing, we are WESN Film Studio. Let your own unique voice be heard and your vision realized. Call us today at 628-5835 for your next production.
Take some time for yourself or spend some time with the family at Sandy Point Village Hotel. Enjoy our various studio and suite apartments, self-contained with their own kitchenettes and Wi-Fi. We also have our famous 100-foot swimming pool and our beachfront restaurant, the Steak and Lobster Grill. And our location in Crown Point puts us near the center of activity from the nylon pool to the local nightlife. Call us and make your reservations at 639-8533, 389-2378 or email us at sandypointvillagehotel@gmail.com.
Here's your WESN News on the Hour. I am Denise Martin. Thanks for joining us. Here are the headlines. Arapuch residents protest poor road conditions. PAC discussion surrounded on CPEP's non-submission of financials. Opposition senator says AG should be removed. And internationally, Greek transport minister resigns after train crash. Now for the details. Residents of Arapuch staged a protest action on Wednesday and called for the Ministry of Works and Transport to address their poor road conditions. The residents protested at Harris Village, South Arapuch. The main road has several major potholes which the residents claim are damaging their vehicles and causing traffic congestion. Faizabad MP Dr. Lakram Bodo joined the residents in their plight.
The constituents and the people of Faizabad, could be forgiven for thinking that this government has intentionally abandoned Faizabad, and I'll tell you why. This is one of the main entrances that will take you off the highway to Faizabad. You can see the state of disrepair. This has been brought to the Minister of Works and Transport, Honorable Ransanan, and I've also written on several occasions to Minister Marvin Gonzalez, because as you can see, the problem is a result of WASA repair works that need to be done together with the attendant roadway. You can just see, you see the kind of damage you can experience firsthand.
The Public Accounts Committee met on Wednesday where the finances of CPEP from the year 2015 to present were discussed. Chief Executive Officer Keith Eddy explained why the financials were not submitted.
The server crashed somewhere around 2015 and all financial data was lost between 2010 and 2016. It took approximately 2.5 years to recover that financial data, and then we had to build out the system again. We then had some internal problems with the auditor for 2015 financials because of the server crash. None of the people sitting around the table here were there prior to 2016.
The newest incarnation of Blame Kamla and Blame UNC came from Attorney General Reginald Amor last Friday in what ought to have been a serious debate on the crime situation, which has escalated to epic proportions under this failed PNM administration. So says opposition Senator Jayanti Lachmidial. In a release, she said the internationally disgraced AG should stop struggling to redeem himself from his rapid descent into scandal by trying to defend the indefensible. She added that the only thing the AG Amor has successfully done thus far is to convince the population that he is perhaps better suited to be a note taker than an attorney general. On to international news now. Transport Minister Kostas Karamanlis has resigned, saying it's impossible for him to continue after something so tragic as the Greek train accident. He says he is taking responsibility for the failures of the Greek state. The local station minister has been charged with manslaughter. At least 36 people have been killed after a passenger train and freight train collided in Greece in one of the country's worst rail accidents. Well, that was your news to the hour on WESN. I am Denise Martin. Thanks for watching.
We're back with more on AM Prime, and I am so excited for this interview. We're talking about woman power, an event to go. It is the event to go, but before we get into all the details about the events, let me let you know who my guests are. I have with me songstress, performer, amazing artist, Mavis John. She is via Zoom. Thank you so much for joining us. And we also have Jackie Burgess, who is the coordinator of Network of NGOs. Welcome to AM Prime. All right, Jackie, we're not hearing you. I think you're muted, so we'll sort out that audio issue. But thank you so much for both being here. International Women's Day is on March 8th, so we are counting down to that. And I think it's so important that this event is happening to really highlight women. And Mavis John, you are no stranger to the stage. You are no stranger to performing. Tell us about your journey on this, amazing career of performing as a woman, finding your voice, and just tell us more about it.
That journey is so long. I don't think you have enough time on this medium to go with that journey. Yes. Like everything else with women, you have your ups and downs and you have your time in which to celebrate. And I feel honored that Jackie Burgess would have considered me because I am one of those who slip in and sing and then slip out and sing. So she probably caught me at the right time to come and do it. And I really do feel honored to be on stage with those remarkable women.
Yes. This morning, so we open our mornings on AM Prime with an inspirational quote. And today the quote was from Madeleine Albright, and it spoke about finding your voice. Madeleine said, "It took me quite a long time to develop a voice. And now that I have it, I'm not going to be silent." What was that like for you, finding your voice, and how you were able to use your voice?
Finding your voice takes some time, When the things are not going the way it should, you have to find that quiet place. If you don't find that quiet place, you really will go staring mad. And when you find that place, some days you think you found it, some days you think it's slipping away from you. But there's always a source who is bigger than all of us.
Yes.
And when you go to that source, and you take your time and you make your plea, you know. We say help in all folks. You do find that place. And at my age, I should. I think I'm in a more comfortable place now, you know, bodily aches and pains than previously. So Madeleine Albright is correct.
Yes.
You do find that place and you hold on to what you found.
Yes. And speaking about that place, we know the place to be is at Woman Power. Jackie, tell us about this event. Tell us how this would have even come together. What's the planning like? Let us know all the details.
As Mavis said just now, we don't have the time. It was really a rough road from conceptualization to now we're seeing that, hey, we just have a few days to go. The network under, well, all civil society organizations, you would realize under COVID, we just couldn't do anything.
Yes.
We couldn't raise funds, we couldn't do our usual activities, our outreach programs, our training programs. We were dried up. So now that the space has opened up a bit, we want to kickstart again, but
definitely
have no funds. So we thought of several things ways of raising funds. With International Women's Day coming up, we thought, why not have a concert which would both celebrate and honor the women, as well as raise some funds so that we can get back on track or some semblance of doing the things that we normally do. So full gears went in trying to get folks and trying to identify women, powerful, strong women who would represent.
Yes. Tell us about that cast, that amazing lineup. Tell us about that.
Girl, I hate to say to be honest, because I don't be dishonest. It just came together like a flash. About 7 names came flowing, and then who all right, so and so, yes, so and so, yes, so and so, yes, so and so, and it just came together. And after we got the lineup, we noticed that, hey, look, it's different people in different genre coming up, and we thought that would make a beautiful show.
Yes.
Of course, we started to contact people, and as Mavis just said, she gave me some trouble, but she said a quick yes.
Some good trouble.
Yeah, she must give me some trouble, but she said a quick yes. And of course, we then thought of a male to balance this, and our energies fell on David, our king, again in the area and the work for so long, and such a positive person that we selected. And again, he said a quick yes.
Okay.
We had other young persons, in mind, but they were so difficult to reach and think. So, but I would say nothing happens, by facts.
Yeah.
Right? These people had to come together, and that's the sweetness of the show.
Yes.
And the show.
Yes, it's definitely an amazing lineup of persons who are going to be at Woman Power. If I can just call out some of the names. We have Vonette Bigford, we have Mavis John, Alicia Jagusar, the piano girl Joanna, we have Shada Patasar and Patrice Roberts. This is a lineup that is absolutely amazing. Tell us in
As a
terms
matter of fact, can I
yes.
just interject and say
Yes.
that if I were not a part of the show, I would have really been in the audience looking at it, because Jackie, let me give you credit for putting a show like this together. And let me say thank you publicly. You know that my intention is not to give you trouble, but to tease you really most of the time. So thank you for this opportunity.
Amazing. Can you tell us just where persons can get tickets, get more information? Is there a hotline number they can call? How do they get the tickets?
Okay, so tickets are available at Napa Box Office, of course, where held at Kenny's Sports, Port of Spain, Trin City Mall, and West Mall.
Okay.
Fernando, we haven't forgotten you. Ateliers by the Park, you can get tickets there. So please come up. March Liquor Market, March in Diego Martin.
Okay.
In Chaguanas as well as in the Endeavor, there. And of course, Crosby's in St. James and at the Networks office.
Okay, nice. Great.
If you don't want to leave your house before the show, you can also purchase your tickets online. e-ticketsonline.com. You can get your tickets there.
Nice. Thank you so much, lovely ladies, for joining me
Thank you so
today.
much for having me. I think it's my first Zoom interview, and it really is new to me. You know, Jackie will know I'm from dinosaur country, so gladly I had my granddaughter. My granddaughter came and did the necessary.
Well,
thank you so very much.
We're very appreciative of it. We're going to go to a bit of your video again, because we showed it before. And when we come back, we'll have more.
Okay.
But in some jive. But in some J, but in some jive. No crab, that will raise my allergy. No crab, that will raise my allergy. But in some, in the calaroos, but in some, calaroos, but in some jar. But in some jive, in the Sunday morning, that will raise my allergy. No crab, that will raise my allergy. But in some, in the calaroos, but in some, calaroos, but in some jar, but in some jar. In the Sunday morning, callaloo.
The network of
NGOs for the advancement of women, and under the patronage of the Mayor of Port of Spain, His Worship Joel Martinez is proud to invite you to Woman Power.
So let me tell you about Real Woman.
An evening of excellence in celebration of International Women's Day, Wednesday, 8th March at the Napa Auditorium. Come and enjoy Vonnet Bigford, Joanna Chuckery, Mavis John, Alicia Jagasaw, Sharda Patasa, and international soca sensation Patrice Roberts. In one beautiful evening to remember, special guest David Rudder. Your host for the evening is the multi-talented Penny Gomez. Showtime 7 p.m. Special reserve 300. General admission 250. Early bird tickets bought by Wednesday, March 1st. Cost $50 less. For more info, call 678-7549.
FanZone, your reliable, authentic supplier, has just gotten better. You can now visit our website www.fanzonett.com for your authentic wear and collectibles. The only place where you can use both your Visa debit and credit cards. Visit our website fanzonett.com to make your purchase today.
The best laptops and tablets are at dbesttoys.com. Get a Gateway 14.1-inch Ultra Slim notebook or an HP 14-inch laptop at the best prices in TNT. Get the Fire 7 tablet for $474. You can also shop the latest Amazon Fire Sticks. Call now at 32-DBEST to order or visit us in-store at Forces flagship MacBean. Shop online now at dbesttoys.com. Free delivery available throughout Trinidad and Tobago. Cash or links on delivery.
It's a wonderful Thursday, and I have my first in-studio guest, and nobody to do it better than the amazing Charmaine Ford, who's here to talk to us about R&B mix. Good morning, Charmaine.
Good morning, my darling. Good morning, Miss Dominique.
It is so good to have you here.
Thank you, thank you. You're
You're
dominating the airways, girl. You go.
Oh, I like that. I like that very much. Let's get down to business. Let's talk about R&B mix. Tell us about this event.
R&B mix. Well, you know my brand. Everybody should know it by now. Yes. R&B mix, We Kind of Jazz presents.
Right.
That's my brand.
Yes.
And We Kind of Jazz brings an edition every 3 to 4 months. So you'll have We Kind of Jazz love songs, We Kind of Jazz presents Christmas edition, We Kind of Jazz, but this one is We Kind of Jazz presents R&B mix.
Okay.
And you know I'm a love song person.
Of course.
I sing love songs all the time.
Of course.
So I'm doing the R&B, and then we add in a whole lot of Trini flavor, which will be the mix.
Okay.
You know when you go on YouTube and you have R&B mix,
yes,
it's definitely love songs, R&B songs.
Yes.
But I put a twist on it, so the mix is the Trini flavor that I'm adding to my Trini flavor.
Nice. I love it. It sounds good already. I approve. Where is this event taking place?
It's going to be at Cafe Blue,
right?
1D Ryston Road. It's on Sunday, which is this Sunday coming, the 5th of March.
And what time?
7 p.m. sharp.
Okay.
You know me.
Yes,
I start on time, whether it's one person or 100 people or 1,000 people. Yeah. So on this mix is Len Boogsy Sharp, Chucky, well, Chuck Gordon, as he's called now, Clifford Charles on guitar, Tony Paul on saxophone. We're featuring the band Jazz, and how they came up with that name is Jonathan, Anton, and Zane.
I love
Jazz.
it.
Yeah. And we're featuring an ensemble from the University of the Southern Caribbean.
Okay.
Amazing voices. I think everyone that goes to that school is amazing.
I say that all the time.
Yeah.
Everybody can sing, everybody can play an instrument,
yes,
and they are absolutely
and multiple
amazing.
Instruments.
Yes, I always say that.
The two main guys on in the band, which is Jonathan and Anton and Zane. They go to school there.
Okay.
Jonathan is a well-known Trinidadian drummer, Jonathan Hensley.
Hensley, yes.
Right? But Anton and Zane are geniuses. I tell everybody all the time. It's not just a musician coming and playing music and they're reading the charts and the chords. These young men put out that passion. It's a passion for them.
Yeah.
You know? And if you give them the song right now, the next 2 minutes, you get the exact thing as if they were in the original track.
What I love about the experiences, because it's not a show, it's not an event, it's an experience.
Yes.
Going to a Charmaine Ford event is an experience. And one of the things that I love about it is how effortlessly everything flows.
Yes.
Every song effortlessly flows into the other.
Yes.
Even when she calls the musicians out to perform and do a little solo that was unplanned, it flows effortlessly. Talk to us about how you've been able, because you've been doing this.
It's like a story. I'm a song stylist. And what a song stylist would do, it would put that person in that situation.
Okay.
Right? So if I'm doing something like drifting on a memory, there's no place I'd rather be than with you. From right there, you said, oh gosh, yes.
Yes.
I was in that field with my boo, you know?
Yes.
So we make them feel that experience. So you're right, we flow into even the guests, and it tells a whole love story.
Yeah.
And this show is dedicated to date night. Bring your loved one, bring your boo, bring your, okay?
Whatever that means.
Right? And come and sit down and enjoy some love songs and just be in the moment of each song.
Yeah, and then Cafe Blue, the atmosphere at Cafe Blue already sets the tone,
Yes.
right? You have those lights and just the ambience is just amazing.
Amazing, amazing.
Amazing. Talk to us about Charmaine Ford in terms of your support system. Because your events are well crafted. They are well executed. The team behind you, everything is flawless, from stage to door to on the ground. Talk to us about that support system and how you've been able to perfect that over the years.
Well, it comes from honing in your craft and developing your craft. And I've lived abroad for a long time. Right. So everything comes with an international flair to it.
Right.
It could be up against any other event in the world. So that's my mindset.
Yes.
So when I do it, it flows like that because I want it to be so professional and so well-rounded. People come in there and they don't have to worry about anything. My musicians don't worry about a thing because Charmaine's got it covered, right? I mean, you've been there for a couple times to see what we do. And I tend to want to be around people that can do it right now. Because Trinidad gives a little setback because they are more laid back in negotiating. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just that I'm so used to having it done like right away. So whenever I plan an event, I do a lot of it myself. And then I delegate the things that I need help on.
Right. Just give us those details for the event again, because we want to get into a clip from a past performance. We need to have that. You need to see this. You need to witness this experience. So give us those details again. When is the event? Where people can get tickets?
Right.
Where can they find you online?
On my social forums would be Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok.
What's the handle for those?
Girl, you putting me in, you know.
At Charmaine Ford.
She's just aging me right now.
At Charmaine Ford on Facebook and Instagram. You can check her out.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. When is the event?
Because I'll be calling you to set it up.
When is the event and where people can
get
tickets?
It is going to be on Sunday, March 5th at Cafe Blue, 1D Ryson Road, right behind the old Kitchener Review tent, in case anybody wants to know. It starts at 7 p.m. Tickets are $250 in advance or at the door.
Okay.
The guests are Len Bugsy Sharp, Chuck Gordon, Tony Paul, Clifford Charles, who's going to be on Jazz Artists on the Greens pretty soon.
Yes.
And I'm doing a little song with his session, so I'm excited about that.
Nice.
Yeah, and Jazz the Band featuring vocal jazz from the University of the Southern Caribbean.
Yes.
So I want everybody to come out. Please just come. We have a lot of giveaways. We're giving away tickets for Jazz Artists on the Greens.
Okay.
We're giving away tickets for North Coast Jazz. So even if you come just for that, come.
Nice.
Giveaways. Yeah.
Yeah, giveaways are always good.
Oh, yes. Everybody wants a free ticket for those jazz shows.
This is true.
Yeah.
This is true. I'm excited. I'm excited with all these events to go to. Now we're going to leave you with a clip of Charmaine Ford's amazing performance from a past event. And this is where I leave you today. Thank you for staying with us through everything that we've gone through this morning, all the interviews, all the conversations. Remember our inspirational quote today about finding your voice. Hold on to your voice. What you have to say is important. There's somebody out there in the world waiting to hear your story. Your story might be the very thing that saves them. Remember, if you want to have an interview, come and have a conversation with us on air, you can email us at amprimewesn@gmail.com. Follow us on our social media at WESNCC. I'm leaving you with a clip of Charmaine Ford performing at one of her events.
A reunion of my two brothers and my two sons. It's so good to see all the great faces, beautiful faces. Can I get a little bit more here from me to here? Yeah. Recognize some of the great faces. People from school, my posse up there. Lisa, Ingrid, and June. Yes. And Miss Peggy. And my family over here, my brother Carlos is celebrating 60 years today. My beautiful sister Carol, my friend Austin, my brother Tony, my friend Junior, and Ike. And 89 years right here, that's my mama, everybody, look at that. Yes. Auntie Joyce and Marvel and my brother-in-law Chuck. The whole posse is here. So beautiful. Ooh, yeah. I guess you wonder where I've been. I searched to find a love within. I came back to let you know I got a thing for you. That's for Peter Blood, and I can't let it go. My friends wonder what is wrong with me. Well, I'm in a daze from your love, you see. To let you know I've got a thing for you, and I can't let it go. Some people go around the world for love, but they may never find what they dream of. What you want do for love. You've tried everything, but you don't give up. In my world, only you make me do for love what I would not do. I came back to let you know I've got a thing for you, and I can't let it go. Although you only want the best is true, I can't believe the things I do for you. What you wanna do, 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 skimma dum 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 now. Skip up 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 bum bum, skip it up at the bum dee, skip da ba dum dum dum. I got a thing for you, and I can't let it go. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Michael Boothman.